Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary.
And we are actually, as we record this, we are 2 days post Christmas Day.
Can you believe it?
I cannot.
Man, it has flown by.
It really did. And it's so funny because you know it's coming. We count down the days.
Yep.
We love Christmas. Our outdoor decorations reflect that. Our indoor decorations reflect that. We are all about the holiday, and you know it's coming. And we were still hustling and bustling all week. We took the week off of work, and man, every day we were out.
Every day we went out.
This week, the only rest we got was on Christmas Day, actually.
I know, that's the truth, too.
This year.
That is the truth.
And we're actually celebrating our Christmas in phases, right? We have adult children, so sort of
If
things
you want to
came
call
up.
them that.
Yeah, they're adult. They're adults now, but we had some serious life things go on in the background, and so we're celebrating in 3 phases. We sort of celebrated Christmas Eve into Christmas, and then we just celebrated last night with another one that lives out of town, one of the other kids. So we got to celebrate with 2, and then next weekend so our celebrations are still going on, because next weekend we get to celebrate again with 2 that weren't here. So, sometimes that happens. You just got to roll with it.
And you know what's funny is it kind of works out because we keep our decorations up until after the New Year anyway.
We do. Yeah.
So it kind of works
outdoor
out.
and indoor.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, definitely.
I prefer keeping them up year round, but hey.
I know. But it makes it more special then when you take them down, and then even though it's a lot of work, we're not spring chickens anymore. But
it's like you got to take another week off just to do that.
Right.
Well, you know what else is coming up?
What's coming up?
The Winter Escape.
Yes. Can you believe that? It's 1 week away. 1 week from today, right?
And,
January 3rd.
January 3rd. And guess who gets to kick that off?
Who's kicking it off? Tell me.
Lacey Chabert.
Lacey Chabert.
And Ian Harding in Lost in Paradise.
Yeah, that's going to be great. So that's the new movie. So. And you know what's interesting, too, is that Hallmark is playing, they're still playing Christmas movies, right? Yeah. All day up until, and that day, Saturday, January 3rd, it's like Christmas, and then Lost in Paradise, and then Christmas, right? So right before Lost in Paradise, you'll have a chance to watch She's Making a List, which we would encourage everybody to watch. Even if you watched it the first time and you weren't crazy about it, check it out again, maybe with a new perspective, and watch it. And then the Christmas Quest after Lost in Paradise. So it's kind of, so I don't know if Lost in Paradise, if they're celebrating the new year and they fly somewhere and they get stranded, or if it's just literally, like a January movie. I mean, I don't know, but it's just, and then Sunday, I believe they're still doing Christmas content most of Sunday also. So
yes,
we'll see.
Fun.
It's coming around. That's the first of 5 new Winter Escape movies.
And we're looking forward to it.
And we are really looking forward to it.
Yes.
Time is flying.
Yes,
2026 is almost here.
And what a year it's going to be.
Yeah. Should we get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Today we're going to be reviewing a sweet holiday romance. It originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, December 13th, 2025. You can find it streaming right now on Hallmark Plus.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And we would love it if you would click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode. And if you listen on Apple or Spotify, you can also leave us a review and stars.
Well, you can leave stars on Spotify.
On Spotify, yes.
And a review and stars on Apple, which we would really appreciate if you take the time to do it. If you like what you hear, hopefully you do.
And if you like watching video, you can also catch us on YouTube.
That's right. We
and
have the
all
YouTube.
Social media.
Even though I have a face for radio, it's fine.
You have a beautiful face.
We are on, thank you. We're on all the socials.
Yes,
you can also send us an email to pourthewineitsrom.bsky.social at gmail.com and let us know your thoughts about anything related to Hallmark. We're winding down, countdown to Christmas. And there is one email that we'll talk about in the next podcast.
Right.
that we did receive. There's one that we're going to mention. So if you did email us and you're listening, we're going to talk about it in the next podcast.
Yes, we are.
So yeah, shoot us an email. Let us know your thoughts about, all the countdown to Christmas movies. And boy, there were a lot, not as many as last year.
Right.
There were a lot still this year, or anything Hallmark related. Are you excited about 2026 and the movies that are yet to come for next year? Let us know,
buddy. Yeah, please
We'd love to hear from you.
All right. Well, let's talk about who's in this one.
All right, let's go. Jessie Schramm plays Sabrina. She is writing, is it a book or an article?
It's an article.
She's going to be writing
article. No. It's his memoir. So
it's his memoir, right, about
yes.
Grayson Westcott, right?
Yes.
We last saw Jessie in Mystic Christmas. Just a few of her other Hallmark films include Time for Them to Come Home for Christmas, A Nashville Christmas Carol, Country at Heart, and Royal New Year's Eve. Dominic Sherwood plays Ian. Dominic has one other Hallmark credit, 2024's Haunted Wedding, which we loved.
That was a good one.
With Janelle Parrish, Al Sapienza plays Grayson Westcott, and Al was in The Sopranos, which we loved.
Yes.
Adam Hertig, I think, plays Spencer Braxton. Gino Anania plays young Grayson, and Lauren Cochran plays Hazel Holly.
Yep.
Yes.
It's a great cast.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. We'll probably talk about that throughout our review, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, Sweet Holiday Romance was directed by Jeff Beasley. He's directed more than a dozen Hallmark movies. This is his second directed Countdown to Christmas movie this year.
Oh, cool.
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
The first was The Snow Must Go On. The Snow Must Go On. That's so funny. A few of his other films include Following Yonder Star, Haunted Wedding, The Scent to Summit, Never Been Kissed, which we loved, and Kiss Before Christmas, which starred James Denton and Terry Hatcher.
All of those which we have seen and really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So it won't be surprising when we give our review.
No, it won't be. Film. Andrea Cannon was the writer on this one, and she has written several Hallmark movies, including Catch of the Day, two of the Love on the Danube movies, Kissing Stars, and Love Song, which we loved.
Yeah.
A Merry Scottish Christmas, which we really love, because those are my people.
Those are your people, you Scottish.
Christmas She Wrote.
Christmas She Wrote.
Although I don't have the accent, but that's okay.
That's okay.
You still love me for who I am.
Yes. Accent, Scottish accent or not. You can pull it out when you want to.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, my goodness.
But, all right. So should I drop the synopsis?
Yes, drop it.
It's
hot.
So this is actually this film is based on the book A Magical New York Christmas by Anita Hayes. And what's interesting is when I was doing some research, about this, what comes up is it says it's starring Kristen Booth and Dominic. So I don't know if she was originally cast in this,
right? And
then it changed to Jessie Schramm, but it's really. I would love to know. I mean, I don't know who I could ask, but in some of the things that pop up, it does say starring Kristen Booth. Of course, who plays Shane in the Signed, Sealed, Delivered movie. So I just thought that was interesting. We'll see. Okay, so the synopsis. Writer Sabrina stays at a luxury hotel to ghostwrite a memoir. There you go. She meets Ian at a bar and lets him think she's wealthy. He's actually a secretary posing as nobility while managing a royal jewels exhibit.
Ooh.
I don't think that's interesting, that synopsis, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't led to believe that he thinks she's like uber wealthy. Did you get that from the movie?
No.
Then he's a secretary while managing a royal jewels exhibit. I thought they were there for the fundraiser. Am I wrong about that?
They are, excuse me, but it included the jewelry. And
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Which they really didn't talk much about, but that's what they were there for.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reading, the book.
And the read.
Yeah, the book, whatever you call it, startup. Or not startup, but getting kids to read. Yeah.
Right.
which
why can't I think of that? Do I have that in my notes somewhere about what you're talking about the charity?
Read for the Stars is what it was called.
Okay, right.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, if you haven't seen this movie yet, this is the part of the podcast where you want to stop it because we will probably drop some spoilers. So go watch it, come back, listen to our podcast, or listen to our podcast and then go watch it. It's up to you.
Either way, you can do it.
But we'd love to hear from you and what you think. So
yeah.
All right.
So what did you think? I'm going to make you go first this time.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I might mess it up, but hey, whatever.
You're not going to mess it up. What are you talking about?
I really enjoyed this. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but I really, 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 really enjoyed this. And just how the transitions between the present and the past.
Yes.
With Grayson, I mean, it was so well done, and I really enjoyed how they kind of sat in the background while the scene happened, so they were kind of part of that, and their facial expressions as the other two actors were talking or interacting, it was so well shot. Yeah. And I really, really enjoyed it. And then you, again, never assume, because when you do, it never ends up well. So I just love how they put all that in, and the two love stories that were happening, one in the past, one in the future, and how it ran parallel with each other.
They sure did, didn't they? It was really great.
Brilliant. So what did you think?
I agree with everything that you just said. I mean, I always like it when a movie surprises me in a good way. And we've had some good surprises this Countdown to Christmas, and we've had some not so good surprises this Countdown to Christmas, right? So,
I agree.
And this was really, really good. I mean, I don't even think I really knew what it was going to be about. I don't, we didn't watch too many trailers for it.
Right.
I hadn't done the research.
I
hadn't done the synopsis or anything. So we kind of just went into it blind, and it was so well done.
Yes,
like you just mentioned, I thought Jessie Schramm was fantastic in it.
My gosh, she was very good.
Her acting was so effortless throughout this entire film. I just thought she was wonderful, and the way her and Dominic were, the way they played off of each other, their chemistry was so great. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And her wardrobe was absolute fire.
Oh my God.
The dresses that she wore were, oh my gosh. God.
And we usually don't talk about what people wear, but oh my God, those the gradient dress she had, the black and gold.
Yes, I know. You really,
I was like, wow.
They were so beautiful, and it just was so well done. It was. And she looked amazing and everything, but it was just, it kind of like took your breath away a little bit. Yeah. It was just so good. So good. So you won't be surprised at my rating at the end either. All right. Funny. So let's get into the meet cute. Wow. So she is in this, she's staying in this hotel because she's a writer, and she's been meeting with this man, Grayson, Westcott, to write his memoir, and she gets to stay in this luxurious suite that is known as the
Grand Fairbanks Hotel,
the Cordelia's. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
the suite itself is the Cordelia,
because she has written other pieces about the story Cordelia and the author of Cordelia, right? That's the Hazel. So she's staying in this grand suite, and she's writing some notes, and she gets really hungry, so she orders a sandwich from the bar, and she goes to the bar and just picks up the sandwich that's on the bar, and it
was so funny.
Yeah, it was great. So, and Dominic is sitting there. Character name Ian. Thank you. So Ian is already at the bar, and he has ordered something, and she comes next to him and just picks up the sandwich, and she's talking, and doesn't he ask her, like, is that your sandwich? And she's like, yeah, like, duh. So cute. And she's full, she's got food in her mouth, and she's like eating and talking. I mean, I thought it was super cute. I thought it was adorable. Even, I had to kind of dismiss the fact that, would you go to the bar in your pajamas, in your robe? That part, I have to suspend that part for a little bit because I'm not sure that would happen. I mean, maybe I'm sure it does happen, but with her, I don't know. But yeah, so I thought it was adorable, and I really enjoyed it. And then she realizes, of course, because then the bartender actually slides a sandwich out and it's covered still, and that's actually her sandwich that she ordered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then she's like, oh, I just thought it was so cute and so well done between those two actors, really.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought the same thing. I thought, first of all, when you come down in your pajamas and somebody's sitting at a bar and there's a plate of food right next to them,
right?
What in your head would say, oh, that's my food, right? Wouldn't you go, hey, is this your sandwich? Right? That would be the first thing out of my mouth. But the way they shot this and played it was so funny.
It really was.
Because she was like, she took a bite out and he kind of looked at her and like, why are you eating my sandwich? She's like, this isn't your sandwich. This is my sandwich. And he's like, okay. And that's when the bartender does put the plate down with the cover over it. And she kind of stops chewing and lifts up the lid. And she's like,
okay, so that's
and they kind of banter back and forth, and he kind of talks about the pajamas. And as she's walking away, she kind of looks back, and she's kind of got that smile on her face, like, I love the British accent.
I was gonna say a little accent doesn't hurt anybody, right?
So I thought it was a really, really, actually, probably one of my favorite meet cutes this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so far, or just ever in general?
I just this countdown to Christmas.
I think it's
one of probably my favorite. Yep.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Huh.
Man, so
there you go.
All right, let's get into some scenes.
Some favorite scenes.
Favorites. What was one of yours?
You mentioned it when you talked about, you mentioned it at the beginning of this review, in that I actually enjoyed all the flashbacks. I mean, we'll talk about some of them more, specifically. Yeah. But I thought it was a great way to do it. I enjoyed that while Sabrina is talking to Grayson, he's telling his stories, and then what he is telling is being acted out, right, in a different scene, and they're watching it, right, and he's telling her, and so it's like her kind of imagining what's happening as he's telling it, and it was I just really enjoyed that take on a flashback.
Right.
I thought so my favorite scenes, I enjoyed all of the flashbacks. I mean, it's not time travel, but I always love a movie that does that anyway. I love going back to the 50s. In this case, it was the 60s, I think. Yeah. Late 60s. But I always love that anyway in general. But the way it was directed, the way it was filmed, the idea behind it, I love those. So all of those are probably my favorite scenes, but I'll count that as one right now.
It's funny because I was going to say the same thing. I had written down every scene when Grayson talks about his time with Hazel and the way it was shot.
Right. Well, Hazel and Charlotte, right?
And Charlotte is right.
Yeah.
Right. And but I'll move on to my next one, which is I kind of liked how when Ian was with Sabrina, how he always got a phone call because he was pretty much babysitting Spencer Braxton, who is the prince, right?
Right.
And every time they got close or were getting closer, he would get a call and he would have to leave right away.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
And Sabrina, how patient was she? Because after about 2 or 3 times, it's like, okay, you got to tell me what's going on or we're done, right?
Right. Well, yeah.
I mean, because there were some scenes where they just sat down and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I got to go. And when he was showing her in that taxi cab, and she was trying to get out, and he was like, nope, got to go. Don't worry about it. Take her to the hotel. That was one of my favorite scenes.
That was really cute. I agree. Yeah. I could talk about probably almost every scene in this movie,
I know, because it was
but
so good.
I really liked it's not even the whole scene, but when Sabrina first meets Grayson and, he's talking about his life story, and he says, life, much like the hotel at Christmas time, glows with doors waiting to be opened. And he's quoting her article about Cordelia,
Right.
about Hazel and the writing of, and I just thought that's a really good line.
Yes.
I love that line.
And you can see on her
It glows
face, she
with
was like,
doors waiting to be opened. Yeah, and she was really appreciative of the fact that he
Right.
had read her article. Right.
She was
right,
like,
and she,
that's
yeah,
why.
that's why he hired her. Right, because he was like, I want my memoir to be like that.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of writing that I want. But
Yeah.
that's just a little quote. But another one of my favorite scenes, there's a necklace scene where Sabrina is trying on a necklace at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And this is after, of course, the meet cute when she has taken his sandwich. And, Ian's like, oh, you plan on lifting that too?
Yes,
because
that
she
was
had
so
stolen
funny.
and it's just their banter was so good because it's not like, I liked that they sprinkled the humor and the little,
Yeah.
playful flirtation between them. So I thought that scene was really great. And then he says, and he says it's stunning. I mean, the necklace,
Yeah.
because they are starting to get to, they kind of have that look at each other. And I just love that dash of humor thrown in there. So I really like that scene. And the way they played off of each other was so great
Yes.
too in that
Yeah.
scene.
It was because when he said it's stunning,
Yeah.
and she kind of was like, did you just call me stunning? Or-
Yeah.
And
He's like,
no,
oh,
no,
no,
necklace.
the necklace.
I think it was
Although
like
I think he was talking
snowflake
about
or
her.
something. I think the snowflake was or it was a snowflake necklace. Like,
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good scene. I enjoyed that one. I also liked when Ian said that he wanted to take her on a date. So he's outside,
Oh.
standing by a taxi, and he's kind of, he's dressed in, not overly dressed, but when Sabrina comes out, she's like overly dressed. And
She's dressed to
like,
the nines, right?
Yeah,
right.
and
She's got
she
the
was like,
beautiful, that's the
"Oh."
beautiful, what, blue dress, I think?
Yes,
Maybe?
yes. And she's got this look on her face like, okay, I'm going to be overly dressed. I'll be right back. And he's like, no, just come on. And he takes her to the bookstore that she had taken him
Yes.
earlier in the movie. And he had set up this whole thing with kids reading. And I thought that was
For the
very
charity,
sweet.
right?
For the
It was
charity,
part of
yeah.
the charity, right? So
Yeah, and she was like, how did you set this up? And, and he was like, oh, Christmas magic, right?
yeah.
But I thought that was a really cute scene.
That was a great scene. And then you have the flip side of that when she asked him
Yes.
out on a date and she tells him, are you ready to get fancy? I forget exactly what she texts him, right?
Right.
And so he's then all dressed up and he comes out in like a tux or,
Yep.
he's dressed to the nines and then she's in like an ugly Christmas sweater because they're going to and that was such a cute
Yes.
way to do that. I adored
know.
that. I thought that was so cute.
Yeah, she really did a good job on the writing on that part because it was so funny.
Well, for me, it was also when she's having drinks with her best friend, and I think they're in the hotel, right? Are they having or
Yeah, she brings them to the hotel.
Yeah, because the friend is dying to go. It's a fancy hotel.
Yeah.
So they're having drinks and they're talking, and Ian is sitting behind her in a booth, with someone else, and she overhears his discussion about the charity, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh, I think he's the royal."
Right.
Because they knew
right.
that a royal was staying there, and so she has mistaken him
She assumed.
to be right the royal. Who's why are names hard for me today? Stephen, right?
Right. Well,
Braxton.
Stephen Braxton was the,
right, is the
is the
prince
real
or
prince.
whatever. Right. But she now thinks it's Ian because he is discussing the charity with someone, and it's just it works. So then her friend, hits a glass and knocks it off the table, which brings attention to them, and she's just like, "Hi, oops," and her friend. So I just thought that was really cute too. So then Ian turns around and realizes she is sitting behind him, and
Right.
I thought that was really cute.
And he has one of those voices that you would be able to recognize in a crowd, right?
Yeah.
And because she kind of stopped and was kind of tilting her head to eavesdrop, and then that's when her friend knocked over the glass.
Yeah, went to your friend. Yep.
Yeah, that was
cute.
funny. Another one of
Any more?
mine was when Ian and Sabrina were sitting, I think it was at a bar, and he was telling her how he read all of her articles that he could find. And she goes,
yes.
"Oh, all three?"
That was so cute. Yes. That's why I think Jessie Schramm was so good at the delivery of every single line in this movie.
And it was so funny because he went into it and he said, in each one of them, you're fair to the person. You're not trying to destroy, because you have people out there, critics, that are very harsh, and you don't need to critique somebody and be harsh about it. And he really loved the fact that she, even though if she gave a bad review, she was kind about it, right? So she always picked out the good things about the person that she was writing about. So I thought that was really, really, really good. That was one of my favorite scenes.
Honestly, that's kind of what we try to do, right, with our reviews. We're never going to we're always going to give our honest opinion about the film and what we thought, but we're never going to, bash it and be like, oh my gosh. I mean, we'll try to find the little sparks. And there have been a few films where we've been like, the scenery was nice, so we try to find something, because we're not, and we might, but we're going to be constructively critical and not mean about it. I'm never going to bash somebody, because in the end, all these films are someone's baby at some point, right? And they've worked hard on it. And if it doesn't, execute well, it doesn't execute well. And sometimes that happens. But it just kind of goes to your point, like, you don't have to be so harshly critical.
Right.
And I know we live in a day and age where, it's instant news, it's instant criticism. It's so easy to be a keyboard, warrior where you're bashing somebody. So, I appreciated that in this film also. Yeah. That was good.
Do you have any more?
I have a couple. So the flashback with Grayson and Charlotte when they're dancing, and the way they did it with the twirl, and then the arm reached out, and then it went back to the present.
Yes.
And then because she's dancing, is she dancing with Grayson then?
She's dancing with Grayson.
And
I think Bunny interrupts and brings them back to the present.
I thought that was a really cool way to do that, because he twirls her and she reaches her arm out and it goes back to the past, and it was really, that's why, I can't say enough how well shot I thought it, how well it was done. Right. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good scene. And I like the kind of the graininess between the present and the past, because in the past it was kind of a graininess. The color was kind of subtle, it wasn't too much of a color difference between the time frames, but
I think it was enough that you knew.
Yes, right.
You could tell which time frame you were in when you were watching it, for sure. And that's also the scene where Ian, he has to leave again. Like you were saying, he gets all these calls, right? And he has to leave. But then he comes back to kiss Sabrina, because she's kind of like, are we, like you, like, are we together? Are we not? What's going on? And then he comes back and gives her a kiss. And that was just such a great scene, It was so good. Good. Did you have any other favorite scenes?
My last one was when Hazel and Grayson, the young Grayson, she wanted to go on a heist, right? Because Grayson was talking to Hazel about how Charlotte was leaving for Europe, because she wanted to become a fashion designer. So she's like, ooh, I have something that may keep her here, right? So they go down, and one of her paintings is hanging on a wall. And he's like, we can't take that. And she's like, well, it's mine. I loaned it to the hotel. And he's like, I don't know if we could do that. I could get fired. And she's like, well, I'll write you a letter that says I gave it to you.
I gave it to you. Yeah, it was so good.
And I thought, which leads me into my actual last one. Well, no, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But he ends up taking the picture, and it's a gift that he wants to give Charlotte before she leaves, which I think it was on New Year's Eve.
He wanted to give her like a grand gesture, right?
Right, to see if she would stay. Yeah. So what about you? Did you have any more?
We already mentioned it, how Ian invites Sabrina out and she overdresses. And that was when she was wearing that beautiful blue sequin dress. It was just gorgeous. He takes her to the Read for the Stars event that he has planned at her favorite bookstore. Cause it was one she went to like with her mom, right? Or something.
Yeah. When she was younger. Yeah.
And then he gets dressed up in like a Santa-ish suit and he
Yes.
reads to the kids, and that was just so good. I mean, he reads the Cordelia at Christmas time, right? So Cordelia has come back up this story that Hazel Holly wrote and became, infamous, not infamous, but famous, right? Is really popular. So I really, really loved that.
Yeah.
Loved that scene. So
Yeah.
any more for you?
No, I mean, I could talk about the movie forever.
I know. Oh, I want to mention one more. Then, if you don't have any more. Yeah. So Spencer. Did I say Stephen earlier? I think maybe I said Stephen.
I think you
Spencer.
did. It's Spencer.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's
not.
okay.
Yeah, I got the name wrong. Spencer and Ian have a talk on the couch, and they're kind of at similar points, right? And they're both kind of commiserating with each other. And Ian is Spencer's assistant, but they're both sort of, love knows no bounds, right? No matter who you are, how much money you have, or if you're a prince or not a prince or an assistant. And that's when, Ian's dreading telling Sabrina that he's Spencer's secretary and not actually the prince, and he's like, now I have to add, I'm not a royal because she thinks I'm, not only do I have to tell her I'm a secretary, but now, I have to tell her that I'm not a royal, which she thinks. And Spencer says he thinks Tabitha dumped him, because he's been dating the woman who sells the jewelry at the hotel. Yeah. Right. And he's finally in love, maybe for the first time. And then he tells Ian he's properly smitten, as is he. So I just thought, that's when Spencer's like, he's smitten too. And just the parallel with Grayson and Charlotte. Yeah. And Ian and Sabrina, because, Grayson was a butler. Charlotte was high society-ish, right? And in the end, Charlotte didn't stay. Right. She was going to London and she didn't stay. And Grayson has never told her how he really felt, about her. Well, that he loves her, but he doesn't do the grand gesture. He doesn't ask her to stay. And, Ian, same thing. Like, now Ian is the secretary and he doesn't want to admit that to Sabrina. So there's like that parallel between the storylines, which you mentioned, I think, at the top of the review also. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting twist on it too, because in the end, I think Ian goes to purchase the necklace for Sabrina.
Yeah.
And Tabitha, who is the vendor, the jeweler, she had it put it aside because she knew at some point he was going to come back and purchase it for her.
So I
thought that was very funny when he walks up and he's like, she goes, "Oh, are you looking for this, or you want to purchase this?
Do you want this?"
He's like, "You're good.
You're really good."
So, all right. Well, what about cheers? Did you have any cheers?
We've talked about them throughout this whole review. I thought Jesse Schramm and Dominic Sherwood were fantastic in their roles. They had amazing chemistry. I thought Jesse, her effortless act, she made it look effortless. Mm-hmm. You believe she's in the role. It was just so smooth and believable and down to earth. And Dominic Sherwood, he was so good too. I mean, I just... The biggest cheer is the story and how it was executed by the writing, the acting, the directing. Right. It all worked for me in this story. So, Al Sapienza, right, as Grayson, he was really good in that role also. Right. The casting was really, the supporting characters and actors were amazing. Everyone just fit their roles perfectly, I thought.
Yeah.
What about you?
I like the fact that they didn't make anybody this, usually when you have wealth, your attitude toward those that don't aren't always that good. And I loved how they made Hazel, her attitude with young Grayson was, it was like they were friends or had been friends, or she was kind of a mentor to him in a sense. And she was actually the one who provided guidance for him to become an art dealer in the end. And that's actually how he became an art dealer. But I also like the fact that Braxton, the prince, he wasn't, an a-hole, so to speak.
Right.
He to Spencer, and or not Spencer's his name, but to Ian, he could have very easily been that kind of person, but they were both looking for love.
Yeah, and Spencer too, to your point. I mean, he may have been a jerk to women, like he was kind of a player, right? Like he fell in love fast and then got engaged fast to all these women, and he was kind of known for that. Right. And but he wasn't like a jerk. You're right. To Ian, he viewed him as a friend. And I think in part of the movie too, he says how much he appreciates, like he wouldn't be where he was without, like, cause Ian had been with them for all those years since college or whatever, when they went to uni together.
Yes. That's funny.
So yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree.
Do you have any more cheers? Or?
The wardrobe. The dresses were just
beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes.
I agree with it all.
I thought they were great. And we talked about the parallels through the movie between Ian and Sabrina and Charlotte and Grayson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more for you?
No, that was it. You want to go into jeers? Did you have any?
I had a couple, but they're small. What about you? Did you have any?
No, I didn't really.
You didn't have any no notes?
No.
I thought well, one of them's kind of funny, but Sabrina's sort of when she finally learns the truth about Ian, that he is the assistant, he's not the royal. And I felt like, I know there's got to be some discourse, and there's got to be, it was maybe a slight overreaction. Like, could we have somebody just react and go, gosh, I feel like you lied to me. And he says, no, I didn't. Because literally he had just found out that she thought he was a royal. He didn't know the whole movie and faked it. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like that might have been a little bit, I just kind of was like, I wish they would sort of maybe do that differently in the Hallmark movies, but it is what it is. But it was, it is what it is. Yeah. And then the other part I thought that was kind of funny was Spencer's mom, when Charlotte, you realize who Charlotte is.
Right.
And Charlotte and Grayson see each other. And so Charlotte's daughter is Spencer's mother, right?
Right.
So, but Charlotte's daughter kind of sees them reunite, and they're in their 60s, 70s, or whatever, 60s probably. And the daughter just walks away. like Spencer's mom's just like, okay, bye. You've reunited with a past love. Like, you wouldn't have any questions,
Oh, so you're the one she's talked about this whole time.
That's what I kept thinking. Like, you don't have any questions? Like, who is this? And she's just kind of like, bye. She looks at him and she walks away. And it's not really a jeer, but it's more, just kind of funny. I was like, okay.
That was funny.
But yeah, those would be my only cheers.
Yeah. And so, do you have any more? Because this leads me into my tinsel top moment. And that's when Sabrina realizes who Charlotte is.
Yes.
And she's at Grace. I think she's at Grayson's desk, and she's going through some old letters and news clippings. Well,
he's given her letters to read.
Right.
The letters to read.
Right. And Grayson she notices the picture, an older picture or a clip with the necklace that Charlotte was wearing. And then she sees a clip of Charlotte in the present, and it's the same necklace, and she realizes, and the look on her face and the giddiness, and she runs to Grayson to tell him, and he already knew.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
He already knew. But again, he didn't want to interfere with her life because he felt like, she probably doesn't even remember me anyways.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's the moment you find out that she was Charlotte.
Who Charlotte is. Yeah. That was a really, really great scene.
Yep.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because that was a really great scene.
What about you? Do you have a tinsel top?
Gosh, it would be so hard for me to pick just one. If I had to pick one, it would be the flashback scenes, just because I loved the way they were shot. Mm-hmm. So my tinsel top moments, I would have moments, and they would be the flashback scenes. I just thought they were really well done. I loved that you had Sabrina and Grayson watching them as young Grayson and Charlotte were talking, or young Grayson and Hazel were talking. I thought that was just really, really well done. And that was the core of the story, right? So along with the, romance, of course, but I guess there were both romantic parts in both timelines. But so that would be my tinsel top moment, the flashback scenes.
All right.
Yep.
I want to kind of add to my tinsel top.
Oh, okay.
Is,
You're allowed. We can do whatever we want.
Right. It's our video.
Yeah. Our podcast.
Yeah. When young Grayson, was trying to get Charlotte to stay New Year's Eve, he wanted to show her the painting, but he wasn't able to because she ended up leaving. But at the end of the movie, Charlotte actually gets to see the picture, the painting.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, I love it, right?
That's right. Yeah.
It was like full circle.
Oh,
I thought it was
yeah, it was
well
so good.
done.
So good.
So, out of 5 ornaments, how many would you hang?
I would hang 10. No, I would, this is my only 5, I think, of the countdown to Christmas season, but I would hang 5 ornaments out of 5 for this one. How about you?
I'm going with 5 too, because this is probably...
It just checked all of the boxes
it
for
sure did.
A holiday rom-com. I mean, it was more rom than com, right? But the dashes of com in there were really well done. Really, the flirtatious banter was really well done.
Yeah.
The underlying stories. So I would definitely hang 5.
Good.
5 ornaments. So would you. 10 ornaments going on the tree.
That's right. That's going to be a heavy...
It's my only, I think,
heavy tree. So, is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for watching and listening.
And be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Until next time,
Cheers.